Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a review of a show that is one of the most underrated animes to ever watch, other than Turkey. So this anime, I wish I covered this. I really did. I wish I would have covered this show for since it first aired. With all this stuff, with all the shows I was just actually gonna cover, this show was so underrated that I didn't think this was possible. As funny as it is, and horror as it is, comedy horror at its peak. Now, the reason that's why I'm wearing my Zom 100 shirt, because it's comedy and horror, but with a huge what if twist. I love zombie apocalypse. Let me just say this. I love zombie apocalypse animes and shows. My favorite of all time is High School the Dead, and High School the Dead is famous. I love the High School the Dead so much so I got volumes of every freaking version of High School the Dead. I got not only every volume, but also every version DVD, Blu-ray, hard steel case, the different version of High School Dead, but it's still High School of the freaking Dead. God rest his soul, one of the greatest creators of all time. But still, I love zombie apocalypse animes. Like High School Dead will always be one, Zom 100 will be two, and then Gakurashi, aka School Life, is number three. The reason I'm talking about this kind of topic is we all love cats. Not everybody is a cat fan. Not everybody is type of a cat person. Most people are dog owners. Because every time I go to work, I see people with their dogs. And not everybody have cats. And not all cats are inside or outside cats, Most people have an outside cat, some people have inside cats. But still, cats are everyone's pet because everybody treat cats so easily trained than it is dogs. But that's it. But what happens in a world where society is all good and dandy? But what if you become a cat? What if the whole world was cats? And that's what this show is all about. A catastrophe, a cat-apocalypse world of freaking cats. Not my roommate is a cat or the depressed cat, all that stuff. This is like one of those oh my God, you had to see to believe it. So without further ado, let's get right to it with one of the most underrated animes this summer around, Night of the Living Cat. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about this whole, let's start with the big old introduction. A post-apocalypse, everybody likes post-apocalyptic shows and all that stuff. Take The Last of Us, for example, on HBO Max. Take The Last of Us. It's like everybody's society, everyone's in the world, but then everyone turned into the infected or clickers or bloaters, like that. Left 4 Dead, same thing. Left 4 Dead, one of my favorite zombie video games where, the whole world is peaceful, but then everybody turned into smokers and boomers and witches and tanks, jockeys and spitters, even a witch. Resident Evil, one of the greatest franchise of all time, with the infected and everybody going like stars, and then Las Plagas and Ouroboros, Dravo, the biohazard type vibe, and the Regenerators, creepy as fuck. But I'm bringing up all these classic zombies because that's what a zombie apocalypse anime has to do. Well, zombie apocalypse have to do. High School the Dead is like that. And I remember, High School the Dead and Zom 100, Gakurashi, y'all have zombies. But nothing stopped when it comes to Night of the Living Cat. You see, like I said, there's this virus going on. And everybody turned into freaking beautiful, adorable cats. Let me say this again. Cats. There's this C virus. I know the C virus was mentioned in Resident Evil, but I'm gonna bring this up. There's this virus, this C virus, that turns everybody into freaking cats. I'm looking at this show, guys, and I'm like, are they infected cats? Like if you, is it one of those, you get scratched by a cat? Or one of those, or is it get bitten by a cat? You turn into one of them, are they cat zombies? It's like that? But no. No, the entire society turned into cute, adorable cats, and you can't take your eye off them. And I'm watching the first episode, guys, and I'm like, these cats did nothing wrong. They're people turned into cats. Can you imagine life? Can you imagine a world full of cats? Yeah, they may be adorable, but they still turn you into a cat. And you don't want to see yourself turn into a cat. That's called karma. That's called karma. Because if you think about it, you yourself, I'm not sure you guys are, but you yourself are cat owners, right? Pretty sure you guys have cats of your own. And when you look at your cats, you feel like when you over time you look at your cats, you look at them and say, oh, they're so beautiful. You always want to pick them up and you cuddle them, you fur them, all that stuff. But deep down inside, have you ever felt like you're afraid of turning to a cat? That's what this show does. It makes you like, I'm scared, I don't want to turn into a cat. And in the first episode, when you saw the transgression, like these cats are not even biting, they're just purring, like purr, purr, purr. And happy kitty, soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. That's it. I'm sorry. I had to use the Big Bang Theory logic because that's the Sheldon song. I'm sorry. I had to use that. Happy kitty, little bit purr, purr, purr. And that's what the cats are. They just purring on these cats. And the humans turn into a cat. Sadly, yes. So now this this cat apocalypse world, everyone turned into cats. And I'm like, damn, this is so surreal. Mad surreal in this. So you got Kunigani, who's a cat expert, a very tenacious cat expert. And you got Karu, who's also not a fan of cats, but his brother wanted to run a cat cafe and all that. So it's just basically a group of survivors surviving in a cat apocalypse anime. But you know how you watch High School of the Dead, Zombie Hunter, or any other zombie movie or any type of genre, when it comes to the zombie apocalypse, you see a bunch of group of survivors trying to survive. And everybody know when you're in a zombie apocalypse or any post-apocalyptic war, everyone's make these tough decisions on and off. So that's what it is in the world of Night of the Living Cat. Everybody turn into cats. And they try to figure out ways to survive this. Now, like all post-apocalypse, zombie apocalypse, they always figure out, is there a cure? Is there a cure to stop the Z virus? Maybe so. I don't know. I haven't read it. But I know it came out in 2020. So watching this show, I feel like this comedy post-apocalyptic anime, I gotta watch it. One thing I like about Night of the Living Cat is the studies of cats. How cats, what I like about Night of the Living Cat is the study of cats in a way like we understand how cats are. Like, look, I don't have a cat, but I know how cats react and what they like and dislike. That's what this show does to you. You get that understandable of how, like, oh my God, these cats are vicious. They're cute, but they're vicious. And I like how the comedy of it is like everybody is trying to survive in the world of cats. Every tactical mind, like they using water guns, they using like little furry balls, and then using the red laser thing. They always trying very tactical ways. And these cats are freaking smart. There's a cat that can talk, studying human language. There's a cat. These cats is taking control of animals, gorillas, giraffes. Now we know that these versions of cats don't control animals because in Resident Evil they do have zombie dogs and zombie giraffes or whatnot. I mean, I thought they were gonna do that in this one, but no, it's just cats taking control of a gorilla and giraffes or whatnot. Also, thing about this show, that Night Living Cat, is for those of you who are allergic to cats, and everyone is most of the time. I like this other character because this side character was able to use her allergy to avoid cats. Like if you're running with her and she's like, wait, I'm sorry, the cat's right there. They'll tell you like, okay, cat's right there, let's go this way. See, what I like about her is that she's very knowledgeable. I like having someone who's allergic to cats can help you survive in a catastrophic world of cats. And it's like, I feel like watching Night of the Living Cat, I don't know if there's a cure going on here, but damn it, the way this show is, it's really freaking amazing. I mean, there's so many not ups and downs, but it's all like, oh my God, dude, you can learn a lot from watching Night of the Living Cat. For a comedy antic like this and studying the ways of the cat like Kunigami is, it's just very knowledgeable to watch. Very so. I know there's not a lot to talk about in Night of the Living Cat, but one thing I recommend this show for most people. Like, I understand the show is underrated, but for an underrated comedy, like if you like cats, if you're a cat lover, if you're a cat lover and you like zombie apocalypse, you put them together, you could watch Night of the Living Cat. I know the reference is Night of the Living Dead. But picture Night of the Living Dead, but now cats. Can you imagine? Like I said, they could think of any title. Like, you got Night of the Living Cat, what's next? Night of the Living Dog? You know, if they make another Night of the Living Dog, just go for dog watchers. But again, Night of the Living Cat is maybe underrated and all that, but still, this is a very show to watch. It tells you how cats are in different species of cats. Because there's like a million, look, I'm just going over it dramatic here, but there are a million versions of cats. And like I said before, there are cat owners, there are cat people who's outside, and some are insiders. But still, there are different versions of cats in the world of cats. And not only that, when you watch Night of the Living Cat, you see the different species, and some are very controllable. But again, seeing the world where Kunigami and Karu both survive in the world, trying to figure out the cure to this one, like this is Resident Evil way, but still, very much watch to see. So me personally, I give this show an 8 out of 10. Very great. It's very dark comedy vibe going on with this. But please give it a try. So thank you for watching my review of Night of the Living Cat. Yes, a show that tells you if you love cats, go watch this, and if you want to own a cat, this is one of those times. So thank you. And it's very, oh, and I forgot to tell you, this show has had some sad moments, though. It may be comedy for you guys, but it's very sad. There are some very, very, very sad scenes, especially the grandma. So, again, go watch Night of the Living Cat. Thank you for watching my review of this show. I look forward for other shows to talk about in the summer that I should have covered or so if I ever have time. Thank you for watching.